Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your 2022 message. This video is for Sagittarius Sun and Rising signs. My name is Mo. Welcome to my channel, Moon Tarot. I'm going to be using the Major Arcana cards from the Rose Tarot by Nigel Jackson. And I'll be using the Paulina Tarot by Paulina Cassidy. So a little bit of background as to how this information was gathered. I went to my altar with the intention of getting downloads for the signs for 2022. So I would focus on a specific sign such as you, Sagittarius, and I would play the singing bowl with the intention and the words of in opening up the channels of communication from the universe to me for you, Sagittarius, for 2022. And then I wrote down certain insights that I was given at my time at the altar. When I felt like the messages had been clearly communicated, I played the singing bowl again and closed the channels of communication for your sign for 2022. And then I went to further look into the messages by going online and finding some information about each of the downloads. So I'll be drawing for you, Sagittarius, a Major Arcana card as the lens through which we will be viewing the each of the messages. So let's get a Major Arcana for you, Sagittarius, for 2022. Sagittarius Suns or Sagittarius Rising. We got the Wheel. Interesting. Card number 10 of the Major Arcana, the Wheel. So the Wheel speaks about events in our lives and how sometimes things are going in our favor and sometimes things are not going in our favor. But the importance of the Wheel is to remember to stay centered. And so if things are happening around you that feel like they're out of your control, if you stay at the center of the wheel, at the hub of the wheel, everything around you will just circle around you, but you will stay focused and centered in the center of the wheel. So let's look into the messages that I received for you for Sagittarius in 2022. So the first message was light bulbs. Symbol of light, illumination, new innovative ideas, symbol of intelligence. The light bulb was created by Thomas Edison, and it helped everyone by allowing us to see after dark in a more safe and efficient way. So it's a symbol of light and illumination, new innovative ideas, and intelligence. So I feel like this is describing you, Sagittarius, a symbol of light, illumination. I feel like you're going to get new innovative ideas in 2022. You'll be able to really use your intelligence to bring light to the world, to bring illumination to the people around you. You're really standing in your power, I feel like that's very cliche to say, but with the wheel, standing in your power means staying at the center of the wheel and being a beacon of light for people around you who may be at the edge of the wheel and who feel the world around them moving up and down like a roller coaster. But you are that beacon of light, that light bulb at the center of it all, that people can look to you in 2022, Sagittarius, and really say, okay, there is someone who's grounded here. There is somebody who's stable. There is somebody who I can look to for inspiration. There is somebody that I can look to when I'm feeling like I'm in a dark place in my life and I can see the light in you, Sagittarius, in 2022. The second message I got was Christmas decorations and pagan roots. So, pagans in Europe used branches of evergreen fir trees to brighten their spirits while decorating their homes during the winter solstice. Early Romans used evergreens to decorate their temples at the festival of Saturnalia, which is basically the festival of honoring Saturn. While ancient Egypt used green palm rushes as part of their worship of the god Ra. In many countries, it was of It was believed that evergreens would keep away witches, ghosts, evil spirits, and illness. The first record of a Christmas tree in America was in 1830, but as late as the 1840s, Christmas trees were seen as pagan symbols and not accepted by most Americans. Nowadays, Christmas trees are used almost everywhere around the world. Before the Christmas tree was the Christmas tree, it was a pagan tradition. So I feel like this kind of symbols you going back to your roots and finding out the truth about yourself in 2022, Sagittarius. Christmas decorations and pagan roots. So maybe studying your ancestry, studying a little bit about your family history, finding out maybe where your ancestors came from in a more detailed light, or really tapping into your own roots and where you find stability, really finding the truth, digging deep and finding the truth for yourself. And the Wheel of Fortune is talking about good luck as well. The Wheel of Fortune is also a card of luck. So I feel like you will be successful in digging into your roots and digging into what keeps you stable and finding out what keeps you grounded and finding out what keeps you thriving and blossoming and being alive. So the next message I got was Jack-o'-lantern in the crystal ball. So I was looking in my crystal ball and I saw a jack-o'-lantern for you, Sagittarius, for 2022. So a jack-o'-lantern is a carved turnip, pumpkin, or other root vegetable lantern, commonly associated with Halloween. The origins come from an Irish myth about stingy Jack, who tricked the devil for his own monetary gain. When Jack died, it was said that God didn't let him into heaven and the devil didn't let him into hell. So Jack was sentenced to roam the earth for eternity. In Ireland, the people started to carve demonic faces out of turnips to frighten away Jack's wandering soul. Halloween is based on the Celtic festival Samhain. It was said that during Samhain, the souls of those who had died would return to visit their homes. The folklore of Stingy Jack was quickly incorporated into Halloween, and people have been making jack-o'-lanterns ever since. So I feel like there's something a little bit more dark here for you, Sagittarius, where it's like going into spirituality, going deeper into the roots of your spirituality and what you believe. I feel like with the jack-o'-lantern expressing an energy of light, because the light is illuminated in the jack-o'-lantern, there is protection, there is light, but there's also an understanding of the deeper roots of something. Just like the Christmas tree, the jack-o'-lantern is talking about a deeper root and more of a quote-unquote pagan root, pagan faith, even like a faith that maybe is grounded in practices of the earth. So I feel like maybe connecting more with the earth is something that you will be doing in 2022, Sagittarius, and moving with the energy of the flow of both dark and light. Like we have the Wheel of Fortune, so there's a rolling energy, something going round and round and just like percolating in your mind, maybe spiritual experiences you might have, letting them really take root and find meaning in your life. It's very magical as well, the jack-o'-lantern, and how the jack-o'-lantern is created to keep away, harmful spirits or visitors that you might not want to be around. I feel like it's a spiritual symbol for you of putting up your spiritual protection, really finding something that works for you as far as meditation, even yoga, which is incorporating meditation, or some sort of workout or physical practice that keeps you grounded to the earth, that allows you to find your roots. Roots are a big theme for you this year, Sagittarius 2022. Strong energy of roots and grounding yourself in and finding your stability in the earth, and finding your essence in who you are and where you come from. And the Wheel of Fortune, again, we talk about the energy of staying grounded, staying centered in the wheel. Really, things might be going, chaotic around you. You may work in an environment where things are sometimes hectic, or people kind of stress out and lose their cool. But for you, I think it's really about finding your roots and staying centered as things go on around you. The fourth message I got for you, Sagittarius, for 2022 is focusing on the present time. And I didn't look up what that was about. I just took that as a message, as it is, focusing on the present time. So really being in the present moment is important in 2022 for you, Sagittarius. And it's important to notice that even if you are staying at the center of the wheel, and even if you're not moving, but things are moving around you, you are by essence at the center of the wheel, staying present, staying stable in the present. And, time is going on around you, but you are focused on every second that's taking place before you. I feel like that's a strong energy for you in 2022, Sagittarius. And the next message I got was the sacraments in song. So one of the songs that stood out to me when I thought about the sacraments in song was a song by a band called Hymn. It's called The Sacrament. And one of the lines in the song is, our sacred dream won't fail, the sanctuary tender and so frail, the sacrament of love, the sacrament of warmth, it's true, the sacrament is you. Many songs referring to the sacrament, there are many songs that refer to the sacrament, and by at least a handful of artists. Sacraments are outward signs of our internal faith. They are practices that engage our senses: smell, taste, sight, feel, and sound. Sacraments can be a sign or symbol of a spiritual reality. And the sacrament in song, when I think about that song, the sacrament of love, the sacrament of warmth, it's true, the sacrament is you. And the idea that sacraments can be a symbol of our spiritual reality kind of brings to mind the idea that you are your spiritual reality, Sagittarius. What you deem to be true spiritually is what is true for you. It's almost like everybody has their own truth, and I can't tell you your truth is not true, just as you do not have the right to tell me that my truth is not true, because sacraments are about faith, and what we find faith in is what we have found to be true in our lives, what we have found to be stable and sturdy and consistent in our lives. And I do feel like with the Wheel of Fortune for you and the idea of the sacrament in song, it's almost like, I'm losing the message here, but the Wheel of Fortune and the sacrament in song, spiritual reality, you being the essence of your truth, you being the essence of what is true in your life, finding the truth of your spiritual reality, but remaining in the present moment. We're going to go on to the next download. Whittling, present participle of whittle. So I was thinking about the act of whittling, and I wrote it down WIDDLING, which actually talks about urinating. But it's the word that was actually coming to me was whittling, WHITTLING, which is carving wood into an object by repeatedly cutting small slices from it. You reduce something in size, amount, or extent by a gradual series of steps. So the idea of whittling, urinating, is whittling in little spurts. And the idea of whittling, carving, is carving by little pieces. So even though I spelled it wrong and it came out as the wrong idea that I had in mind as your download, it's about small increments. Whittling and whittling are both about small increments and coming to your destination through small steps. So again, if you want to find out what's going on around you, taking small looks into what's going on in different areas, because it's important not just to be in your own little world and be at the center of the wheel and, you know, be at the hub and be in your own spiritual place and, you know, shut out the outside world. It's not about shutting out the outside world, but it's about little by little looking at what's happening around you and taking it all into consideration with your desired destination in mind in 2022, Sagittarius. Actually, that was it. That was it for the downloads. So we had the wheel card number 10 as our lens for you, Sagittarius, in 2022. I'm just going to draw a card from the Paulina Tarot, and we'll get some final messages for you, Sagittarius, for 2022. Sagittarius. Wow, the Star. Good job. 17 of the major arcana, the Star. The Star talks about hope. So I want you to remain hopeful for your goal in 2022, Sagittarius, of staying at the center of the wheel, because the Star indicates there is a lot of hope for you. There is a lot of possibility of rebirth, regeneration, renewal. You know, stars, they shine bright. There is an energy of you really being like we had at the very beginning about the light bulb. The Star is a light. So it's about you being a light in a dark place, or in a place where light is necessary for hope. I don't know what necessarily you do for a living, but I do feel like with the Star card, there is you being a light in your area of expertise, or in that area that needs to have that light. And again, staying at the center of the wheel, almost like the sun at the center of the galaxy and all the planets turning around the sun, that entity of light. We have you being that star shining in a galaxy that is dark, and there are a bunch of little lights around you, sure, but people look to you for hope. That's why you have the Star card. So I hope that was a helpful message for you with the wheel card number 10 and the Star card number 17 of the major arcana. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to comment down below, I'll be happy to get back to you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to do so. I'd really love to have you here. Again, my name is Mo Moon. I wish you, Sagittarius, a blessed 2022, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.